Hello info seekers, welcome to another informative video. Today we will talk about urban flooding, which is becoming more and more common these days. The news of big metropolitan cities underwater such as Karachi and Lahore is very common these days. This urban flooding has many serious effects on civic life such as destruction, economic damage, heavy traffic jams, suspension of utilities like electricity, clean water, etc., and even loss of human lives. In short, urban flooding paralyzes the whole metropolis life. So what is basically an urban flooding and what are its major causes? Why it is becoming more and more common with each passing day? What can we do to cut the damage done by it? We will discuss the answers to all these questions in this video, so stay tuned. This is Infogenic and welcome to our channel. Let's first explain what is an urban flooding. By definition, when the balance between inflow and drainage of water is disturbed by an excessive flow of water into an urban area, it results in pooling of water on roads and streets and eventually leads to an urban flooding. This excessive inflow of water is caused commonly by an heavy rainfall, but it can also result from an excessive flow of water from an elevated sea or river due to heavy storms. We have already mentioned the consequences of urban flooding, so let's jump directly into the second question, which is why urban flooding is becoming more common with each passing day. The simple answer to this question is that it is due to poor and failed planning by human beings. There is a failure at three different levels, which has ultimately resulted in frequent incidents of urban flooding. The first human failure is at the global level. While devising policies, the human population paid more attention to the short-term goals and benefits and neglected the long-term consequences. Like for the sake of development, humans planned rapid industrialization, excessive use of fossil fuel as a source of energy, deforestation, converting agricultural land into metropolitan cities, whereas they completely neglected its impact on the climate change of our planet. It has increased the quantity of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere and resulted in global warming. There is a unanimous agreement of scientists that this global warming is directly related to an extreme weather such as heavy rainfalls, droughts and hurricanes, etc. For every 1 degree Fahrenheit increase in global temperature, there is 4% increase in amount of water vapors in the atmosphere, and these vapors result in heavy rainfalls wherever they find moisture. These heavy rainfalls are the major factor behind urban flooding. Moreover, increased water level in ocean due to melting glaciers and hurricanes, which results due to temperature differences across the globe, are also directly related to the global warming. These are all major reasons for urban flooding. Thus, human planning at the global level completely failed to keep its climate intact and is responsible for the extreme weather and urban flooding which we are facing today. The second failure of human beings is at the local governance and management level. Unfortunately, our governing bodies did not focus on the climate change and they didn't work in time to deal with its consequences. They didn't develop the civic infrastructure at the same pace with the climate change. There is a lack of an efficient drainage system and natural land buffers that are completely replaced with roads and buildings. As a result, when there is a heavy inflow of water in the form of rain or raised ocean tides, cities cannot absorb this excess water or drain out through an efficient drainage system, and ultimately results in urban flooding. They also never develop the dams and water reservoirs which can store this rainwater for usage during dry season. Thus, the second human failure is at the local government level, which played an important role in developing this current situation. The third human failure is at the public level. We as citizens pay less attention to the health of our cities. Especially in developing countries like Pakistan and India, our behavior as a citizen is quite irresponsible. During the dry seasons when rain drainages are vacant, people treat them as landfill sites and start dumping their garbage in these channels. They neglect the purpose of these channels and thus cut the capacity of already insufficient drainage system. Secondly, due to poor management, people also start encroaching the land which city planners allocated for the drainage channels. They consider it as a free land and start building there, which also results in narrowing of these seasonal drainages. Thus, when there is a heavy rainfall, our civic drainage system gets choked and we have to face disasters like urban flooding. Being human, we are failed at the global, local governance and public level, and we are sole responsible for such disasters. But we can deal with this issue if we diagnose the causes properly and work as a unified human race. First and most important, we have to restore and protect the natural climate of our planet. For that, we need to switch from fossil fuels to renewable and clean energy sources. We have to restore our forests and agricultural lands. It can help in reducing extreme weather fluctuations. Secondly, we also have to rewrite our political system. Rather than focusing on winning elections and point scoring, we need to work sincerely for public and future of our generations. Governance is a noble duty and we need to keep it free from dirty politics. And finally, at the public level, we have to prove ourselves as a civilized human race. We need to behave as a responsible citizens and take care of our city's infrastructure, because in the end, it is the public who suffer most during such disasters. Remember, no one can help you if you don't help yourselves. We hope and pray for a peaceful and prosperous global community.
Thanks for watching. For more interesting videos, please like, subscribe, and press the bell icon.